Good morning, viewers. Tuesday the 28th of January. Tuesday the 28th of January 2025, of course. Horrible day in Blackpool. Absolutely horrible. Miserable. Got that fine rain. Skies are grey. Looks miserable. Horrible. 6 degrees. It's just a typical January day, isn't it? Horrible January. This is the sort of thing we get used to in the January. Anyway, have a little drive around. Have a little chat along the way and see if we can see anything that's going on. Apparently there was a fire in Blackpool last night. A hotel, if you want to check that out on social media. No point in me going looking. But you go up there today, the road will be closed off, I won't be able to say anything. The only way I would have gone up is if I could send the drone up, and I can't send the drone up in the rain, so I'll give that one a miss. So viewers, great weather for ducks, eh? The only trouble is I'm not a duck. Just trying to think now what was in the news, what just recently. Oh, council tax. Council tax. Do you see that? What they've done? Get this one. Loophole. A loophole. Like it was never put in place on purpose. In case. You know what I mean? This is what cracks me up. They call it a loophole. It's not a loophole, is it? It's a back door. It's put there on purpose. So quite simply, in layman's terms, if your council's going bankrupt, they can put your council tax up to 25% to try and save themselves, rescue themselves. Why should we pay for their bad management of money? Hey, I know Blackpool Council's in a mess at the moment. They're not doing so great. They just bought up over the last few years half the bloody promenade and a load of derelict buildings on Central Drive which are now no use to them, and we might have to pay for that, for their incompetence, yet nobody's head's rolling. Come on. Right, okay, so how many towns is that happening in, where the bad management of money, bad management of funds coming into the council, and they're going to slap the council tax up because all they've got to do is declare bankruptcy and off they go. They can put the council tax up by up to 25% to cover their backsides. Right? Now, I say this, if they have to put the council tax up above the 5%, which they're allowed to do anyway, the powers that be, the heads or the top salary earners within the council, should have their salaries cut. How's that? Maybe that'll make them in the future manage their funds a little bit more, you know, because we're going to have to pay for their cock-ups. I'm not saying it's happening in Blackpool yet, but it could do, and it could happen in any town in the country. There's already earmarked 2 or 3 that are going to go up 25%. You imagine that, 25% if you've not budgeted for that. People could be losing their homes over this. I mean, your council tax is already massive, and what are you getting in return? When you ask people about what they get for the council tax, the only thing they can come up with is to get the bins emptied. And even that's debatable sometimes, isn't it? So that's I think that's something that's going to affect just about everybody, isn't it? I mean, you put that in, say your council tax is, mine personally is around £2,000. So that means 25%, it's 500 quid. A £500 leap in 1 year if it was to go up 25%. and it is happening to some people in this country. That is mental. How they can just put anything up 25%. Nothing should be able to go up 25% ever. You know, they shouldn't be able to do that in one hit. Everything should be in line with inflation or below. They shouldn't be allowed to do this. But like I said, the loophole my arse, the back door. It's the back door, that's what it is. It was put in place to save their arses if it all went tits up. Okay, so there you have it. Ah dear. So that's my little rant on the council tax. We'll have to see what happens, won't we? That's the other thing. You won't know if it's going to happen until the bill comes through your door. Imagine that. So now everyone's got to think along the lines of, hold on, this could happen to us. So just put another little grey cloud above your head just after Christmas. You know, just bring you back down to earth. Wow. Wow. Okay, so the knock-on effects of that is horrendous, isn't it? Hospitality businesses, restaurants, cafes, takeaways, you name it, the knock-on effects, because people haven't got that sort of money. So something has to stop. So you take away food stops, you're going out to the cinemas stops, your Sky TV, I'll have to knock some of that off. Internet, drop that. Yeah, but you have to take something away to compensate for their inadequacies in managing the funds. And I don't get it because they must know on a year-to-year basis how much money is coming in from council tax. So surely they shouldn't be able to budget what they can spend in a year. So what's going on? It's the don't give a damn attitude, isn't it? Oh, we'll worry about that when that happens. Oh, do you know what? Yeah, the people at the top there that make these rash decisions, hack the pensions, cut the pensions in half. Say, okay, sorry, half your pension's gone. Let's stick that over their head. I'm really furious about this because it's going to affect all walks of life. People are not planning for this to happen to them, and it could happen to each and every one of us, and we won't know until that letter comes through the post. And get this, there's nothing you can do about it. Nothing. Because of the loophole, the back door that was put in purposely. Oh my God. It makes you so angry the way they can just implement things that changes your life so drastically, and there's nothing you can do about it at no fault of your own. The powers that be, eh? Just know what? Everybody remember this. Everybody remember this at the next elections. If you're in a Labour-controlled council, because they've already buggered us up, that lot. If you're in a Labour-controlled council, next time in the election, and they put you up by 25%, you know what you're doing at the next election, don't you? You're not voting. Don't do it. If you're in a... Same goes for every other council in the town. If you're in Conservative, and they put you up 25%, get rid of them. Don't vote them. That's the only way you can teach these people, is at the ballot box. That's the only weapon we have in our arsenal. Okay? So just remember that. Remember that. You know what would be a good thing for everybody to do? As daft as it sounds. Every time something comes out like this, under whatever council you're in, write it down in it. Just make a list of the bad things. Because the time's a great healer. And people forget. They forget the bad things. You know, a few weeks goes on, something nice happens, and then it's gone, it's finished, it's gone. Don't worry about it. Write it down. Have a list. Make a list of the bad things that they do to you. And then next time the election comes around, bring the list out, look at it, jog your memory, and make your decision then. Because the only way we can get our own back on these people is at the ballot box, in numbers. Oh, I don't know, it makes me so angry. Right, anyway. That said, that's gone. Move on to the next subject. What's our next subject? Something I saw on TV News this morning, which made me laugh actually, was what it was, mobile phone usage, rehab for mobile phone usage. If you use your mobile phone over 5 hours a day, you're addicted. What? That means everybody in the world's addicted. All you ever see is people with their any mobile phones. I mean, they put their own safety at risk with mobile phones. I've seen people walking across roads with their head buried in phones, pushing prams and what have you. Now they're saying it's an addiction. So yeah, mobile phone usage, 5 hours. I think we're all guilty. Social media, that's it. That's what the thing they were pointing out. You're spending more than 5 hours a day on social media. Do you know what? Everybody does it. And then what they're saying is turn off notifications. That was one of the things they said you got to do. Turn off notifications. What difference is that going to make? When you put your phone back on, you're going to have a million notifications. You're going to go for every one of them anyway. So you're going to spend the same amount of time. I mean, I don't know why they call it a mobile phone anymore. It's the last thing on a phone, on a mobile phone, should I say, that you use a phone for is to call people now. I bet if your usage of your handset, should I say, I'm not going to even call it a phone now, we'll call it a handset. I bet the least thing you do on a handset is actually talk to somebody. I bet that's the last thing you do on a phone number, right? I use Messenger a lot, or WhatsApp or whatever else, but I bet the actual phone side of it, I bet you don't even use it as a phone anymore. Because I know I don't. Me personally, I'm never off YouTube. I'm guilty. I'm guilty as hell. I'm never off YouTube. I'm always on YouTube. If I ever want to do something, if I want to do a bit of DIY something, find out how to do it, straight to YouTube. Put in the search bar. Everything I do is YouTube. If I want to book a hotel somewhere, YouTube. Check it out. Want to go to eat somewhere, YouTube. And I think a lot of people are in the same boat. A lot of people are as guilty as hell. We all do it. We all use YouTube. We all use Facebook. we use our handset for everything other than actually making phone calls. So if they're trying to say that 5 hours a day is an addiction, I wouldn't like to think the percentage of the population in the world, I'm not going to say in the UK, because I'm widely travelled and everybody's in the same boat. The percentage is massive. You're going, like, if you take notice from walking to a restaurant, walking to a bar, walking to anywhere, hospital waiting room, doctors, coach, on a coach, on a bus, on a train. You look and round and see how many people have just got their head in the phone. How many people are actually looking up and seeing what's going on around them? Not many. I tell you that. If you take notice, it is huge. Everybody's on the phone. On the handset, should I say. Let's not call it a phone no more. Oh dear. It's absolutely nuts. So yeah, 5 hours. I definitely spend 5 hours a day on my phone. Definitely. There's an easy way to tell, isn't there? How many times do you charge your phone in a day? How many people get a full day out of the phone? Yeah, the phone could sit on a handset, should I say? Most of the modern handsets now can last over 24 hours on standby. How many people get 24 hours out of the phone? The handset. Hey, come on. We're all guilty, every one of us. Nobody's getting 24 hours out of their handset. I know I don't, for sure. So I've never actually tried. I've never actually put my phone down and left it just on standby as a phone to see how long it does last. Probably be shocked, wouldn't you? But then again, I suppose it's down to how many apps you've got running. Well, at least the rain's stopped now, by the looks of it. Still horrible, isn't it? Still grey, miserable and horrible. I was just trying to seriously think then, how long do I actually use on my phone? And it is massive, isn't it? It's every spare minute of the day. You think about it. You don't talk to people anymore, do you? I know myself. I'm thinking about it now. I'm guilty myself. Go on a tram or go on a bus, and as soon as your backside hits the seat, the first thing you do is pull out your phone, innit? You're on it. And you think about it even more, you're even encouraged to do it, because most buses and tram services and that, they've all got Wi-Fi anyway. Wi-Fi's everywhere now. It's not the real world, is it, anymore? It's this fictitious world that's on the screen. It's like tablets. How many people now you see? How many babies in prams do you see with tablets? The easy way to shut them up: tablet with Peppa Pig on it or whatever. And everybody's guilty of it. It's an easy option, isn't it? Shut your kid up. Give it Peppa Pig or whatever. I've done it myself with my own grandkids. Instead of interacting with them and doing the fun things, give them a tablet. And you think about it and you walk around and you see kids in prams. I mean, they're learning, they can use the bloody tablets before they can walk. It's mental. And that's the world we're living in now. It's crazy. It's wow. So what's at fault here? Oh, I don't know. When I just think about it, it's nuts. It's nuts. It's become such an integral part of our lives now. Mobile phones and tablets, the internet, social media is massive. Absolutely massive. Do you know anybody that's not on any type of social media? I for sure do not know anybody. Everybody that I know is on social media. I can't think of one person that isn't. You know the sad part about it is, if you go in a pub, I mean, back in the day we used to have the working men's clubs, didn't we? We used to go in there and they were called social clubs. For that reason, socialising. Right? That's what you did. You socialise. You went to a club, you socialise, you talk. Now if you go into a pub or a restaurant, nobody talks. Have you noticed that? Nobody's talking to anybody. Everyone's sat with their phones. It's just become a weird way of going through life, isn't it? I mean, we are social animals. We're supposed to be social animals, but we're becoming antisocial through social media. Even though it's called social media, we're actually becoming antisocial because it's a screen. Most of the people on that screen, you're talking to people you probably never ever meet a lot of the time. Whereas back in the day when you had social clubs, etc., you're actually talking to people. Now you don't talk to people. And I find myself in that same boat. I see it myself when when I go out for a walk in the morning with the dogs, and you're walking past people, and this happens to me a hell of a lot. In fact, next time I take the dogs out, I'll show you a little experiment, and I'll do that. I'll do exactly what I'm going to say now. You walk past people, you say good morning. 90% of them ignore you. The other 10% are shocked that someone spoke to them. You never get the reply of good morning, or if you do, it's somebody older than 50-year-old. That doesn't happen anymore. It's gone. Nobody's saying good morning. It's like everyone doesn't want you to have a good morning, or either shocked that you've spoke to them, or they don't understand English. Because that's a big possibility now as well, isn't it? But no, good morning. And we go back. When I go back to when I was younger, it was a staple. You used to walk around, everyone you pass, good morning, how are you? Gone. That's gone. Nobody cares if you have a good morning anymore. Right, I'm getting out of here. I've had enough. I've had my rants over. I've done enough chat. I've done enough crap this morning. It's not your boy Leroy. I'm signing off from out of here. Until the next time, catch you later, guys. Don't forget, get on that social media 5 hours a day. Ooh, ta-da! Okay, viewers, if you like what you see, pop your comments in below, and don't forget to hit that like button and the notification bell, because we love it when you do that. And don't forget to share. See you soon in my next presentation. Catch you later. It's not your boy Leroy, signing off. Ta-da!